The scene flips and Molly is getting drilled on the balcony. Lucky for some. Oh my gosh, I was so jealous. I am jealous. I'm always not. Listen. Hi guys, you are watching Etcetera With Est. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good ish. Today I'm going to be talking about Insecure season 4 episode 7. So let's get right into it. Last week the focus was on Issa. This week the focus was on Molly and her trip to Mexico with Andrew. I didn't really know how I was going to feel about this episode. Like, I'm not really feeling Molly right now. So a whole episode with her, I was just kind of like, But it was actually a really good episode. It goes to the scene where Issa sees Molly in the Ethiopian restaurant, but from Molly's point of view. So Molly, in fact, saw Issa coming out of her car, and she was going to act like she hadn't seen her, and she was going to be on her phone, and she was waiting for Issa to basically come in, I guess speak first. But obviously Issa didn't give her that. Issa decided to, go. It shows to me that Molly is not remorseful for what happened. If she was really sorry, or she felt like she was in the wrong, when she saw Issa, she would have, gone out to speak to her. So we find out that they are going on a trip with Andrew's brother and sister-in-law to Mexico. I don't know the purpose of the trip. I don't know if this was planned a long time ago and he asked just to bring Molly. I don't know. It's a bit serious, isn't it? There's one thing to go on a vacation with someone. I think you can really go on holiday with someone you're dating or you're with at any point in the relationship. You know what I mean? If that's what you guys want to do. But to go on a trip or even go to a motive and his family or close friends are there, I think that's when it shows it's serious. And I didn't think Molly and Andrew were there yet, but obviously they are. The next day they show Molly in her office. She scolds her assistant because she didn't tell her basically about the meeting in time. Molly almost missed her flight. Literally, Andrew was at the gate waiting for her. So Molly makes a flight. They're on the plane. Andrew orders some alcohol, like a blanket, asks the flight attendant to get a blanket. And Kim Fields is actually, she's not playing Kim Fields, but she's playing a lady who I guess is on kind of like her Stella got her groove back kind of holiday. So this is where the episode starts getting a bit spicy. So Andrew and Molly are talking about, their trip and, spending time away with each other, and they've each bought something, I guess, to aid the sex. So we don't know what it is, but, that conversation leads to things getting a little bit steamy. And Andrew puts his hand to touch her pumps on the plane. Obviously, I'm getting on the wrong flights because I ain't never done that shit. I was listening to a podcast and that happened on the podcast as well. And these people were actually practically strangers and they just started fingering each other on the, you know what. That's another video for another day. So they get to Mexico and they meet up with Andrew's brother and wife. For the life of me, I cannot remember their names. I don't even care. They exchange pleasantries. This is the first time they meet each other. So, oh my god, you look so beautiful. Oh my gosh, all that fake-ish. So Andrew's brother is proper got this itinerary. We're going to do this at this time. Then we're going to do that. And then tomorrow we're doing this. People like that on holiday, it really gets on my motherfucking nerves. I love a good plan. I love a good schedule, especially when you're on holiday. You want to do so many things. But then at the same time, you have to read the room. They don't want to be doing 2 activities. They just want to sleep or just spend time with each other. Flipping hell. Okay. Molly and Andrew are in the hotel and they're basically showing each other the stuff they bought to aid the sex. Molly comes to bring out this black pants and vest, bra and pant. And even Andrew's like, is that it? And she's like, what? I don't know if Molly's ever done this before, but I'm thinking you've been getting drilled from season 1 to now, and you told me you've never actually kind of made an extra effort. But I don't judge anybody. And Andrew seems to be a professional because he bought all different types of sex gadgets. There was some anal stuff. There was some, I think, a vibrator of some sort. Listen, Andrew was serious. So, they start kissing and stuff. And Molly whispers, in his ear, don't know what she's saying. The scene flips and Molly is getting drilled on the balcony. lucky for some. Oh my gosh, I was so jealous. I am jealous. Listen, she was getting her cheeks clapped. And the fact that we can't travel and we're literally kind of in our homes most of the time, if not all the time. This episode really just made me so jealous. And the fact that it's Molly that was enjoying, I was like, ugh. So the next day, they're going on this 3-mile hike up this mountain. Oh my gosh, I can't think of anything worse that would be doing on holiday. But anyway, so they go up to this, on top of this mountain, amazing view. Molly's like, how are we gonna get down? Are we gonna walk all the way down or what? Finds out they're gonna be zip lining all the way down. And Molly seems to have a blast. I don't even know if I could do that, but it's one of those, I think it's one of those things that you say you'll never do, but when you're actually there, you do it and you realize it was one of the most amazing things of your life. I'm sure they can't do that in LA. So later on in the episode, Nathan calls Andrew because they're roommates, and I think he can't open the garage door or something like that. So, Andrew is helping him, and then in the background, you could hear Issa's voice. So obviously Issa's there. So, Nathan and Issa seem to be hanging out. Which is fine. I mean, I remember I said in a previous review that I wasn't sure if I liked them two together, but listen, a girl needs to have options. So Molly, being the hating, ass, judgmental, frog that she is, she, makes a comment about, Issa spending time with Nathan. And obviously Nathan is Andrew's boy, so he's obviously gonna defend his boy. So he's like, well, it's not that simple, Molly's like, well, you know what, he showed her who she was, so she wants to be messy and stay in that situation, well, all this stuff. And I'm thinking, Molly, you were literally fucking a married man last season. Anyway, see, things like this reminds me why I don't fucks with Molly. So Andrew basically explains to Molly in his, a few words that, he had issues with his mental health. We know that Issa knows that, but Molly obviously didn't know that. And that's just in itself, I'm like, oh, wouldn't Issa tell Molly that's why he ghosted her for like a month or two, whatever. But no, so obviously she starts feeling a bit bad of the way she kind of judged the situation. And then later in the episode, Molly redeems herself. Baby girl redeems herself. She puts on this, nice lingerie. And can I just say that Molly, her outfits in this episode were really nice. She looked really good. I mean, she might be a trollop, but baby girl can dress. Okay? So Molly's basically putting it on Andrew. She's taking control. She has to make up for, the lack of shit she brought basically to the motive. And basically Molly's like, before anything can happen, you gotta eat this ass. You gotta eat the ass. And she proceeds to sit on his face from the back. So it's the next day, they're chilling in the pool, all four of them, and someone splashes Andrew's sister-in-law. So Molly's like, I'm gonna go get a towel for you. So she goes, she's in line to get a towel. And when it's her turn, the hotel clerk is basically like, oh, well, you need to show your card to prove that you are staying at this hotel for you to get a towel. And she's like, oh, I don't have my card, but, I've literally just gotten out the pool. And, the hotel clerk isn't having it. And she's like, okay, well, the couple in front of me who were white, you didn't ask them for it, so what's the issue? And the hotel clerk starts, getting like, I don't know what you're accusing me of, but and things start getting heated. Andrew's brother, I guess, sees, and he gives her his card, and he's like, oh, room, blah blah blah. Molly is noticeably upset. Andrew can see that, they're kind of like, what happened? So Molly explains, Andrew's brother made it seem like, okay, maybe, are you sure maybe you're not overreacting? Like, do you think it was about race, basically? I was waiting for this to happen. When they got together, I knew they were going to be tested in regards to the fact that Molly is black and he's Asian. And, a lot of people think that, okay, we're under this umbrella of people of color, POC, as people call it. But, even in that sense, it's not the same thing. It's really not the same thing. Andrew's brother, you know, has kind of been a dick about it, you know, trying to play devil's advocate. And I just don't see how you can play devil's advocate to blatant prejudice, blatant racism. And, you know, he's basically saying, well, you know, I'm Asian. Do you think people are not racist towards me? But, you know, I don't give it power, or, you know, that kind of spiel. And Molly basically insults her brother, Andrew's brother, rather. I'm in two minds about this because I completely understand where Molly's coming from. I do think there was some racial undertone in the hotel clerk not giving her a towel. I do think that was there, whether it was conscious or subconscious. So Molly has a right to be upset because you should not accept that. No, you know what I mean? On the other hand, I'm like, maybe her way she handled her anger towards his brother could have been a bit different. And I'm saying this just because of family politics, family dynamics. Maybe it's the Nigerian in me, but I can just imagine I'm somewhere with my boyfriend, his older brother, and his older brother's wife. And we get into a heated argument and I basically curse him out. I just don't see that going well, especially like early on in the relationship. And sometimes for the sake of peace, you have to pick your battles or basically do your battles in another way. I'm not saying Molly hasn't got a right to be angry, has not got a right to react the way she did. So obviously now there's tension on the trip. I don't even know how that's going to go down, but it seems that Andrew, you know, kind of had her back, kind of. But obviously he's in the middle because that's his older brother, that's his girlfriend. But it seems that Andrew does realise that his brother can be a dickhead sometimes. And his brother was out of line. So the next morning, you know, when they're talking about it, he's like, you know, I know that my brother can be like that. I apologise for that. We don't have to hang out with them today. A good thing that came out of this episode though, I think Molly realised that she basically is miserable, or she's in a place that she doesn't want to be, and whether it be Issa, you know, maybe her things in her job, even just her anxieties about being in a new relationship, and the argument she just got into with her boyfriend's family, you know, she called her therapist, which I think is great because therapy is something that everybody at some point in their life needs, whether it be from a licensed professional, whether it be from, you know, someone to just listen to you and give you some advice or help you kind of unpack things in your life on why things aren't going the way you want them to, why you feel a certain way about things that are going on in your life. So I'm happy that Molly's basically taking the reins in regards to her mental health and her life. So they get back to LA, and in the airport, Molly sees Lawrence. And it was a funny exchange because I would just assume that Molly has never really spent time with Lawrence, like, I guess, whether it be by themselves, when he was dating with Issa, or just in general, they just haven't, even though they're part of the same friendship group. Andrew was kind of sizing up Lawrence as well, because I guess he's friends with Nathan, so if, you know, sizing up the competition, I don't know, but he seemed to, like, he was kind of checking him out, but not in that way, but you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, I almost forgot. So obviously they've seen Lawrence in the airport. Lawrence then walks off, he gets on the phone and he's like, oh, you know, I've been thinking about you, I want to see you. We don't know who the person is, but in the trailer for next week's episode, he meets up with Issa, so I don't know if he's talking about Issa. And also he said he was coming back from San Diego or something like that. So is it a job, you know, or something? Why was he there? Why does he need to speak to Issa? These are all questions that will be answered next week. So I'm looking forward to next week and I'll see you for the next review. Bye.